Keefe D, his trial begins in February, and his defense is the reason why he killed Tupac is because of Puffy. Puffy, he put a hit out on him and Suge, and I don't know, man, it ain't looking too good for Puffy.
Brother, you know what? Um, with a murder trial, you can't only use circumstantial evidence. You have to have some kind of physical evidence. There's no physical evidence that Keefe D killed or had something to do with Pac's death. There's circumstantial evidence. There's people that could probably testify or what somebody told them or heard. So now, Keefe D lawyers and them did a great job when they did trial by judge, because the judge is looking for physical evidence. What ties Keefe D to Puff? What ties Keefe D to the murder of Tupac? And how could they prove that either one of them has something to do with it? Somebody would have to get on the stand and say that I saw him, he told me, and they want to have to believe them. So, do they believe Keefe D? If he told a lot of different stories, you got to realize he may have told more than one or two stories, because he tell that story now. What about the stories he told prior to this? You understand what I'm saying? So you're going to look at that. You're going to look at, okay, did he get the money? Where's the money at? Who got the money? Who wrote the check? Who paid the money? Where did it come from? When did it come from? It's a lot of mitigating circumstances in that whole case that is going to be hard to prove. You could easily say anything, but you got to look at that. Keefe D defense is going to say, okay, this was a gang situation. Then you hear, Suge telling Pac on one of the things that he told Pac, yo, listen to me, bruh, you done got involved into some gang stuff now, and things might be different. You understand? Because gangs might be involved now. Yo, bro, let me tell you, back in the day, I was there. Let me just say, and what I mean I was there is that, don't you know that a lot of people was coming up dead? There was so many shootings out of LA about crazy. It's a lot of people that came up dead behind that shit. The Bloods was laying people down, but behind Pac getting shot. It was a big, it sparked a big gang war out there. So if they want to pull Diddy into that, they got to mitigate circumstantial evidence. Anybody could be a witness for you, but what can they prove? Somebody who's going to have to say, I heard this conversation. This was a handshake or a nod or something went down, and it's going to be hard to prove. It's going to be hard to prove. Unless they follow the money. They were always saying stuff and they try to make it seem like I said it. I never said it. All I said was I saw a check for $1 million, right? Eric Von Zip had a check for $1 million, and he said he got it from Al Heyman. Not Al Heyman. What's the dude's name? He was married to Gladys Knight. Black Ground Records. Barry Hankerson. And he said, I got this check from Barry Hankerson, and what's the other dude name? Jimmy Henchman. And it's for me selling my record label to him. I said, I didn't know you had a record label. I said, I didn't know you had a record label. when he showed us, and I said us the check. When he showed us the check, it wasn't only me. I said, dog, when did he get a record label? That's what I said to my man. He was like, oh, you know how he is. And you know that there was a beef between Pac and Jimmy Henchman. You understand? And you know Jimmy Henchman and Puff was close. If they try to go that route and look at that and see if that was the route, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But me being an investigator, I would have looked into that. If Keefe D says that he was trying to get his money from Puff through Zip, and he got that money through, that money was going to sit, and they could trace it back to them, and both of those people could say that, then they got him. But that's going to be hard to prove because I don't believe that that may have happened. I don't know why he had to check for $1 million. It wasn't my concern at no time. But I know he had a check for $1 million. And I know what he said he got the check for $1 million for. It was for Black Ground Records. So that's the truth. So people can measure it and say whatever they want to say, but that's what happened.